Recording now. Don't everybody talk at once.
Ah! Fuck! Ow! Yeah, I'm back.
Yep, demonetized.
Oh.
You said fuck within the first minute.
Well, like I monetize this shit. Fuck YouTube's policies.
Dumbasses. We want to be a public platform, but we want to be able to do whatever we want on it against whoever we want, like a private company.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how that works.
We're gonna make an entire separate platform for children and then force creators of the regular platform to still adhere to the rules for the children's platform.
Yep. Hi, we like to stick our own fingers in our ass, pull them out, and give them a good whip. We're YouTube. Saying that you like smelling your own shit.
There
There we
are
go.
other video platforms, but like none of them have peripheral-ated yet.
Not yet.
Sadly.
Mostly because YouTube is trying to keep them down.
Yeah, it's literally using as much of its influence as it can to suppress their the knowledge about them and also get them taken down wherever they can so they can't get more and more followers. Alrighty then. Man, Kevin has been out. Man, that dehydration, I'm feeling it right now. So, Kevin's also feeling that dehydration.
And just for sake of starting this properly, where is everything happening at currently?
Everywhere.
Ooh,
You've
use.
been asleep for 2 days, you're in a room, and you have a bucket of water.
Oh, perfect. It's
Had to go
coming
shin
to
bucket.
literally upon regaining full consciousness, he'll quickly sit up, get the head rush of hasn't had water in forever, looks around and sees the bucket of water and just entire face just and proceeds to drain the bucket.
Just be like, easy there, Turbo.
Snake doing a slurp.
Just well, a few moments later, he'll pry his face out with the sound. He pull his face out with a slurp as well, just kind of sitting there panting a bit. Just, damn. Screw monsters. This is gonna be what kills me for real.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Good old dehydration.
Yeah.
Ignore the Nyumzu.
Yes. Kevin's strong-nosed shit. He would probably be able to smell the interesting aromas. Smells like there's sweets, meats, and veggies being cooked. What the fuck?
All at the same time.
Oh.
Hey, I'm sorry, bad timing, but I'll be right back.
Drool commence!
He's drooling right back into that bucket.
He's just snoot first into the bucket, just purple.
I didn't say you could get away, drool. Proceeds to drink own drool. Rehydration. or game.
Rehydration. Hydration. Kevin is getting this.
There's technically there is technically no rule against you just drinking your own drool back if you have a bowl or something underneath you and just regaining all of your hydration.
That's not how that works. No.
It's liquid. It's water.
That's
Saliva.
not how that works. No.
Saliva's part water. You could It's not all water, but there's water's in there.
You know what? That wasn't enough. That was not enough water. Kevin is grabbing the bucket, and he's gonna see about. Gonna double check to see if he's still clothed, because sometimes that happens.
Yeah, no, he's got a comfy kimono on. I mean, somebody dressed him while he was asleep.
Worry about the implications later. Water now.
Something young has been dressed while asleep. Shit, it's not hard.
He'll kind of he'll hook the. I'm assuming this bucket has a rope handle.
And this bucket actually has a legitimate fucking, looks like nut joints and everything, so it can have a stout wood handle.
Oh, perfect. No, he's gonna loop his tail through that and just pick it up and kind of peek out the door. Like, I hate waking up with nobody around to tell me what I did wrong. But what is there outside of this room that he has found himself in?
There is the hallway. There is what looks like another sliding door across, and there is a very polite. Well, they're very polite and very quiet as they just stand there and sweep the floor in with a hum. And it just looks like somebody sweeping away.
Kevin's gonna follow his nose and flicky his way down towards the kitchen. Kitchens have water typically, or at least know where they can get some. So go on that way.
He's going head first into the mess.
Ah, yes. Kevin just completely ignores the dining room with people sitting at the table because they're just all over there, and just follows
There's like a half dehydrated golem just.
drilling sickness. Mm.
Walks in with all of his party members, just eating around the kitchen and ransacking it pretty much.
You get two contemplative tongue flickies before he's like, water, point me to it.
Beatrice will blink a little bit, and then she will point him toward the water, which I assume is in the sink.
There's a sink.
There's this.
Perfect. He'll kind of stomp over, the bucket kind of clattering off to the side as he turns on the tap and just neck flexibility, head upside down, just pouring water directly into his mouth. Just.
Are you alright there, Kevin?
Your only reply is drinking noises.
I'm going to take that as a yes. Right, so, what were we talking about?
I forgot. I had to pick a new subject. Who are we gonna judge?
Beatrice is going to kind of look up, and then she's going to surreptitiously point at Kevin.
I cannot break the. I'm actually doing I'm rolling a 20, and I'm trying to get over 15. That's going to take to get him to stop drinking. So far, it's been single digits.
It's like, who are we going to judge? No. And then point.
She's like, him.
He'll reach up and fix the tap closed again. Oh, jeez. I gotta stop doing that. Just face rubs. Just
Fiona is going to offer Kevin an onigiri. You hungry?
kind of looks at him for a second, just nose down, and just yonks the thing off the palm of his hand. Yes. No. Also, who judging who and why are you all pointing at me?
What?
Judge me.
I'm far too dehydrated for this shit. Why is the kitchen not just an absolute shit show?
We're raiding it.
Beatrice is just going to
Kitchen.
quietly eat the meal that was prepared for her.
Whose kitchen are you raiding?
This one.
Whose?
Technically, it's mine. That's in the family.
And that would be Sen. And
Mm.
probably find Ivy lurking nearby watching in amusement.
I
Actually,
made
I
a
think there were
mistake of
several people
promising.
watching, weren't there?
All I know is Faraji's still hanging from the ceiling.
Kevin just kind of looks around, looks at Sin, puts two and two together. I'm gonna go back to my room until I hear an explosion or screaming, or
No.
both, and then I'll come going on.
Or you could ask Mob if he could cook you something.
I am not going to be called to punch and trans.
Say that
Well,
again. You
they've
kind of
seen
broke
us
up.
walk in here. I mean, I don't think they're going to try and tell us no, because, they were fully aware when we walked in here.
So pretty much we're gonna eat until someone says something.
No, I'm gonna need a meal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get fat.
Alright.
Kevin kind of looks. He'll snag a rice ball off the table and wander off. Still not my fault.
And I guess he doesn't want caramel.
I also like keeping my skin attached to me and not boots. There's no
I've
good will
got.
come of this. I'm out. They always blame the adult.
Who's the scapegoat for this one?
Not
Faraji.
it! As Kevin leaves.
Eon Faraji.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, actually. Just. Here I am, sitting in a window, far above the world.
Faraji, you fall out the window, I'm gonna laugh.
Well, joke's on you, there's shadows, so it will only hurt slightly.
You still get pain, even if it is light.
If I fall out into those shadows, I'm popping out into these shadows with all my momentum to hit you in the balls.
Don't do that. I need those.
Well, I don't need to fall. Here we are. Fucking just cooking. Faraji wanted a marble cake with caramel frosting.
Yum.
Apparently, he wanted a vanilla and orange batter. Okay. Then.
So kind of like a creamsicle.
It's a very small one, fits on a plate, and Faraji will promptly take it and take it all the way with him. Though he doesn't go fully in the shadows when he does go, he just kind of sinks down and shimmies his way to a corner.
I was about to say he found a corner, didn't he? I think it might be healing.
How do you do that, Farashi, by the way?
Imagination.
Alright, if...
No, actually, it's a very complex and very focused form of magical talent.
Ah, so you can't really use it unless A, you already know it, or B, lots of hard work.
No, I just learned it from Isolde when she used to kick my ass as a tutor for the first 15 years of my life.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just taking a
I,
bite of his...
I'm not as good as Isolde. I have to have like these physical shadows like this that are generally of large stationary objects and stuff, or like people who are large enough. Zod could literally slip into the shadow of a corner and sneak around a room through the shadow of running fucking water.
Oh. Well,
She was
keep working
dangerous.
at it. Keep working at it, and you might be as dangerous as her one day.
Yeah, well, I won't ever be a drop-dead gorgeous elven lady with huge tits, so I don't think I'll be quite as dangerous because of sexism.
Well, I don't know about that. Have you seen how many people try to hit on you on the daily?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe if I just wear a poison prophylactic, I can just get a higher body count.
I don't know. That sounds a bit risky.
It'll only be poison on the outside. Then again, if it tears,
And
nobody's
knowing
gonna do
you,
that.
it might just tear.
It's not my fault that my penis isn't shaped like a mushroom.
No, it's not like that. Not the shape. It's how hard you are at it.
I have a bunch of energy. I'm an energetic person.
Oh, we are aware. Mr. Oh, Squirrel. Mr. Squirrel. Oh, Squirrel. No, I can't say much about that.
What's this
I'm
about
just about as bad
squirrels?
as you.
Partway down the hall, slightly muffled behind a door. Something about nuts, I'm sure.
There's Richard. There's Ricky. Bad. Don't be me. Squirt bottle.
Ow! Not being mean.
You don't bully them when they're bonding. You bully them when they're alone at night, so they cry themselves to sleep and grow tough. Ah, thus the plot thickens on what your childhood was like. What, you didn't have parents? No, I didn't. Ha, fucking orphan. Somehow that doesn't upset me. No, but
Was that
seriously, my
too, Nora?
condolences. I'm sorry that you didn't have parents. I'll be your dad. I would really prefer you not to be, mostly for I feel like I would be committing a lot of crimes by association.
Not that bad,
The
really.
the funny thing about crimes is they aren't multiplanar. So as long as you're not in one world, you're not a criminal.
Evan, just purely an innocent question. You haven't broken any laws since being here?
Surprisingly, no.
Hmm.
Well, unless murder is a law. It's not really murder, it's self-defense.
Oh, well, you're fine then. I've been self-defensing my way through a job for the better part of 20 years. 15, whatever.
Well, I have a hacksaw. That's all I know. Hmm. Why the hell are you eating rice balls?
I stopped by the kitchen. There were rice balls.
What, you don't want to go bond with the kids?
The kitchen's a borderline war zone. I'm not being made culpable for that.
But he's aware. Oh, I don't
Mm.
care. Wouldn't be the worst thing I've done at the kitchen.
Eh.
What would be the worst thing you've done in the kitchen?
You know. Yep. Well, actually, no. You probably don't know. I know, but I'm out. I'm gonna go get some more food. Good to see you
What
again,
the?
Flew.
I'm missing someone. Pardon me. Oh, well, he's going in search of breast. How do you know that? I know the look in a man's eyes when he's trying to find his faded tits.
You will find them somewhat near the kitchen, peeking in at the chaos and giggling.
Bye. That's all. Fuck. Oh, yes. That's all Kevin hears is that bye.
It's a good thing snakes can't shiver, because that would have been debilitating.
Just straight up every inch of his spine.
And it's not out of a panicked terror. It's literally just a natural body response. Kevin rather likes Siri, despite her being terrifyingly evil and also evil.
She's not evil.
Bullshit.
She's not evil. Has literally burned down a village to make room for a vineyard.
She's not
Not
that
evil. She's not evil. She's thirsty.
She's into expansion in expansionism.
She's an
Manifest
eccentric
destiny.
personality. Yes.
Yeah.
Yuri manifests her destiny. But she knows that word thanks to Ricky.
And like I said, it's a pure body response that Kevin gets. It's, again, not out of a dislike or a distrust. It's a, oh my god.
No.
It's a similar sensation to when you realize you're standing on the edge of something over a very large drop. It's that,
Okay, where are the borders? There we go. No, that's not it.
I'm just going to chalk it up to his closer, his closer proximity to the more bestial nature of his existence. You know,
More primal.
It's like animals, yeah, think more primal. You know, it's like animals being able to tell when there's a earthquake coming or a tornado or something. They're kind of like that. She's a force of nature.
If the canaries are dead, leave the mine.
I need like a 5-pound bag of pistachios to be sated.
You can get them off Amazon.
Pistachios aren't keto.
They are.
Most nuts are starches.
Pistachios, not so much.
What about almonds?
Almonds are good.
Almond flour is the main replacer in cooking meals in keto diets for a reason.
And it does pretty good too. You need to help it out a little bit with a binding agent, such typically as eggs or other
Xanthan gun.
Oh yeah, xanthan gun's a good one too. It's bacteria.
Poop.
Container of methylcellulose and it's gonna hold itself together.
No. But yeah.
Yeah, methylcellulose is such strong shit.
It is fiber.
It is not.
Cellulose is fiber.
Cellulose by itself is fiber. Methylcellulose is a component of fiber.
So it's fiber-esque.
Fibrous.
Fibrose.
Kevin has made his way back to the kitchen. Okay,
Alright.
well, good authority. Not going to get blamed for this. I'm going to partake in the food.
Not Gutful, you did eventually find Ivy. It only took him about 20 minutes.
Welcome back, Kevin. Would you like Mab to fix you up something? Or maybe I could try my hand at cooking.
Oh. Fine. For the love of all things, come try and make your damn chocolate potato cake.
Yeah. And that is what Fionn is going to make. With a little help from Mob to make sure it's tasty. He's going to do everything himself. He's just going to ask if what he's doing is correct.
Well, he's using the spoon the right way. Designed to move small amounts of liquid.
Shit.
Okay. Here. Butter, salted sugar, eggs, milk, whole rice, potato, cup, flour, teaspoons for your baking powder, half teaspoon of your cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg, and here's your half cup grated semi-sweet chocolates. Oh, and I prefer myself cashews, so here's some cashews.
All right. Fionn will begin making his cake.
Oh yeah, and let's not forget the frosting.
I was going to do that after the cake itself was baked. Give it a chance to cool down and I could ice it easier.
I'm gonna make the frosting.
Alright.
It's easier to frost a cake when it's hot.
I thought that was the other way around.
No,
thank
it's
you.
easier when it's hot.
Smoother, right?
Smoother when it's hot, yeah.
Kevin is watching in fascination, comparing the motions and obvious knowledge between differences between the two as he munches on yet another rice ball. He is just in a carb mood today.
Sin wanted rice ice cream made, so that's what he's waiting on. It's currently being chilled.
Good old ice cream.
Okay.
Why is that funny? It shouldn't be funny. Why is it
Because
funny?
it's kind of racist.
I'm not racist.
Oh, you want some ice cream? Yeah, kind of racist.
I mean, it technically is rice cream. It's rice ice cream. Rice cream.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I am from Japan.
After his cake is finished, he would see if Mob was done with the icing, and Fionn would ice the cake.
Mob has been done with the icing.
Okay, well then, Fionn is going to ice the cake.
Whipped cream icing.
Ooh. Fionn,
Whipped cream, not fucking whipped cream, you damn American.
I know. I heard
Whipped cream. Mason.
whipped cream. Yeah.
Cool whip.
After he's done icing, he's gonna set it on a table. All right. If anyone wants a piece, the cake's here.
Kevin kind of raises his hand. I've got higher constitution. I'll give it a go first.
Actually, I think I might have the highest constitution almost.
Hey, willing to try. You know what? Fine. Same time. Kevin will slice up each and cut in half, plating them both. We who are about to die soon. Ow.
I like how there was no waiting on Bonnie. She just shoved it in her mouth. Oh. Water.
Oh,
It appears to be stuck in Kevin's throat. Wander over and get a slug of water. Oh, that's thick.
I know you're a snake, but you're supposed to chew.
He opens his mouth. With what?
You got the gummy parts of your mouth. It's not crunchy. It's a cake.
You just kind of smush it a little with your jaw.
Hey, just moosh. Just moosh it.
He'll kind of push a finger to the edge of his mouth, smushing the skin that makes up the lack of lips that snakes have. And how am I going to keep that in, I wonder? I am not biologically designed to chew, and I don't intend to start.
It's worth noting that Vipera do actually have a sort of lip built in.
He's keeping tight-lipped about this, so it doesn't appear as though he does. Shut.
So,
Bonnie's response to "you're supposed to chew." That wastes too much time.
so how is it?
Gosh, good.
Just you didn't get enough. No.
What?
Ah, yes. I love you, Dice, but I don't know what you do sometimes. You concern me.
What's going on now?
Hell, it's nothing right now. It's just something I was rolling for next chain of events, and it's just what the hell is going on? I
That's what we would like to know.
The dice are going insane. Okay.
Alright, so everyone dig in.
Oh, there he is. No, that's good.
Well, I'm gonna go back to actually cooking the rest of everybody else's meal that they want now.
Alright. I'll make sure to save you a piece.
Bonnie, you tenderized your own steak, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Bonnie's steak. It's like 100-ounce slab of meat. Just thunk. Okay.
That's a steak. Are you sure you didn't just rip it off the cow and just slap in a slab?
You know, you'd be surprised how much meat that Fuyu actually consumes. It's almost like he's hiding something. There's a whole chest full of meat this big and bigger.
Well, that is Fuyu's business. That's not none of mine. It's not my business.
I assume Beatrice already knows about Uyu's true form.
I think they've seen it.
Yeah, I figured she'd probably seen it already.
Ow.
So she's just kind of quietly snicker.
Happy.
Hey, you get off the PlayStation, mister!
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just got a notification telling me certain someone was online.
No.
I was watching It Chapter 2 before I got on here.
You're float too!
Mhm.
No shit, it's almost like you know how water works. Boy, howdy, I'm not looking to the possible tornado. This overlay's pissing me off. But I need it so I can. Wait, no, I don't. Hold on. Yeah. Get out of here. I don't need you. You're not the computer version of Discord. You're a liar.
Yeah,
Alright.
Faraji, would you like a piece?
Mm.
Oh, I see you have your mouth full. All right. Sen, would you like a piece?
Mm. Not quite yet. I'm waiting for my little snack to be done.
All right. Beatrice?
She had a meat pancake. Though she might be a little hungry.
She's going to accept the cake, but she will eat it when she's not busy eating meat.
What he's going to do is he's just going to kind of cut
That's
the cake
pretty
up
rare.
into equal slices. He's going to set one off to the side that has the cashews for Mob.
Mob used cashews for the whole damn topping.
Oh, okay.
It's a better flavor for baking than walnuts, trust me.
Okay.
Honest though, due to the higher amounts of like fats in them, it makes it a little smoother. Walnuts
Does
that
it?
I'm actually munching on right now are quite dry.
Shit like Ma used to make. But
Just fucking Faraji. Wait. Why you're like, that's like Ma used to make. She's like in the dining room. You could go see. You want me to go get? I'll go get her. She's pretty hot.
no, Ma said that she couldn't cook them anymore because they were becoming too popular. They were becoming too popular, and it. I don't know if it was the cake or the outfit me Ma was wearing when she was selling them.
It was probably the outfit your mom was wearing, just like the outfit that Sen's mom likes to wear sometimes. You know, I am a respectful person, but there is only so much cord in the world, people. Are you done?
I mean,
Yeah, I'll be done in a minute. Just let me get these thoughts out of my head. By the way, no by the ways. Okay. It's gonna be an awesome by the way. Just gonna ask, have you ever tried to make a milkshake with breast milk? I figure it'd be a pretty good. My feet are cold. How the hell did you find where my feet are?
what's with you mammals and
Mammals and Shut up!
You can't tell any of us that you don't like boobs either.
Your ancestors literally became what your species is now because mammals had boobs. Oh yeah, you don't know the history of your own species. That's right.
I'm sure that there was a vipera that's like, you know what? Those look juicy. Yump.
Well, no, see, since we all have an academic education, am I the only one that remember? Okay, so here's the thing. The Viperian Empire, about 4,600-ish years ago, is what everybody seems to agree upon, was a real freaking problem. It started as like this collective of states in the far eastern part of the world where it's supposedly like a bunch of deserts and stuff. And then they like one state rose to power and it became take over everything. Couple hundred years down the road, it took over more, and then by like 5 or so hundred years later, boom, yeah, next thing you know, it's got the
Empire.
whole ass thing on its own, and it's an empire, and then it comes over here, like 100 years after that or so, it gets really well established and enslaves, like, the entire eastern part of this continent, and it just, the whole fiasco. Elves, orcs, humans, goblins, they didn't care. Everything became a slave. And because people are how people be, even if they're slaves, they still had really nice butts, and that's all she wrote. Crossbreeding started happening, and 4,000 years of interfucking with another species, and you get the addition of legs in your genome. And lips, by the way. Unless you want to lie about that. Ah, that makes two things Faraji has let out the bag intentionally.
Theon is gonna look at Kevin.
He's not lying. See? Lips.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't like them.
They're weird.
Well, I mean, we're all kind of weird in our own ways, aren't we?
Fuck you, I'm perfect.
I don't know about
You ever
that.
bit your lip? Yeah.
No, see, it's okay, Fiona. You're allowed to be wrong, but you're either perfect or you're not me. That's the only two options. Not lacking for confidence, is he?
He's never lacked in confidence.
Nope.
His ego's
That
almost
is-
as big as his head.
Which one?
There it is.
Whichever one makes whichever one annoys you the most.
Oh, definitely that one. Shit, it knows things that I don't even know I like.
Mhm.
Seriously, how? None of you really ever been through that? Well, then again, you all are the younglings, all the little siblings. Oh, look at you, all being 8 years younger. Fuck.
Alright, old man.
Well, okay, not really. Well, I mean, I'm only like 4 apart with Beatrice.
That's true.
Yeah, it took like 4 years for her parents or her other mom to do all that weird sex with my mom, who's not like the same mom as my other mom, and my adoptive mom was the crazy Irish one. Why are so many moms? Throws my brain in a loop.
Well, from what I heard, I wasn't even born in this world.
Yeah, your mom's got all weird and freaky and like the bag of a forge in another world or something.
Hey, something like that. My ma one time took us down into the forge at home, and she patted the big anvil that's down there. She's like, "You know, you were conceived on one of these." I'm like, "What? Why?" Because we got hot and bothered in the forge, and your mom makes a good tool. I'm like, no, ma, stop.
Wow, she really does just like the. Jesus, see Faraji. She really does just
Given
like
the
the
circumstances.
hammer iron, don't she? Oh my god, he finally got a roll! He can wiggle his ears!
He's just kind of to himself. All things considered, it's kind of amazing Erie wasn't your other mom.
Oh, yeah.
Fion, wait, what?
Hmm? Oh, nothing. Don't mind me.
No, there's no. Oh, don't mind me. What are you talking about? Mama and
Just some
Erie.
other fucking rice bowl. Just all.
My mom.
I love how she can hear her name being called every single time.
They, does she have those parts? Can she do that?
It's called Sarah.
Yeah. Can she hear us?
Oh, only.
Anywhere, anytime, no questions. I'm reasonably certain whenever we mentioned her name since we got here, she was able to feel the tug of her name being uttered.
Hi.
Oh.
Mhm.
Hello.
Is she there in the room, or is
She's just on the other side of the wall.
Oh, okay. So
Still
she's
over
just talking
there,
from the
but
other side
she's
of the
just
wall.
talking through the wall.
Hello.
Would you like to come in here and answer some questions, or is that should we wait till after food?
Wait, what questions do you need answered? That's okay.
Nothing.
First off, the square root of pi is
Nothing.
3.1493233333333.
It's longer than
I mean-
that, but alright.
It's infinite, jackass.
I am aware.
No, you're not aware. You're a cat. Get it right.
Don't mind the popping. My hands were
Where's
getting.
my stuff? I hear them.
Oh, shit.
What?
I got a tornado watch in my county.
Oh no.
Be ready to run, friend.
Well, that just
Just-
means that conditions are favorable enough for one to possibly pop up.
Yes, it's possible.
The
So
warning is
basically,
when
a
you need to
watch is
run.
be on the watch for it.
Why does that change my statement? Be ready to run applies when there is a potential and when it is a thing. It's
No, I'm
an
pretty
empty
sure.
tube of wind.
I
No,
don't
I'm
exactly know what I could do. Like,
Do you
I'm
hide
like
under your
14
floorboards?
miles. I'm in a single one, my guy. I got hide under my bathroom sink, maybe.
Just hide in your bathroom with your mattress on top of you.
I cannot lift this mattress. This is a fucking king size mattress.
Then just get your
It will
blankets and cocoon up, I guess.
I mean, I can do that, but like, yeah, this. So I have a connected bathroom that has one of those half-sized, like half-width doors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, that would not go through the door.
Well, then again, I say again, just
No,
cocoon up
no.
in your blankets.
Oh, I've got stomach pains any damn way because of keto. Oh. I don't hate it. I didn't really eat. I ate like nothing else today. I mean, I had like.
might not be eating enough.
I should feel like I've ate enough. It was, what was it? Fucking. So it was like jalapeno. So it's basically just you take a jalapeno, cut it in half, take all the seed pods out of it, you fill it full of cream cheese, wrap it in bacon, and you bake it, not fry it. That's keto. It's jalapeno, cream cheese, and bacon. That's basically like all the things you eat on keto: fat, protein, and fiber.
Oh, here's the headband.
And I had a burger, which had
Burger.
had a pouch of onion soup mix spread through four whole pounds of fucking meat. So it wasn't a lot of onion soup mix. And I didn't even have bread. I literally just like stuck the cheese and the lettuce in between two pieces of meat and ate it that way.
That sounds good.
That's
It was
how
tasty.
You do, my guy.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. I gotta deal with my stomach problems though, because it's like this keto as it's been starting after every like meal, and I know there are meals that are keto. Several of them are meals that I like got off websites. I still have like these mild cases of diarrhea. It's like I guess my body's adjusting and not liking it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I had that issue for a while myself, but don't worry, it'll firm up.
Eventually. Oh, I've still got a cone left. Yay, I can light up my incense.
I should do that.
What? And so, well, Fiona's going to offer Naibai a piece of cake. Naibai, would you like a piece?
Is Naibai even there?
I
thought
think
she
she
was.
was.
I don't remember Naibai ever going into the kitchen.
Yeah, I thought everybody was gathered up to
Yes.
raid the kitchen.
She did. She got a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And then they... okay. Then, Naibai is just gonna politely decline and continue to nibble on their cheesecake. Or not the cheesecake. Okay.
Philly cheesesteak.
Yes. Cheesesteak.
Okay.
Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak.
Philly
cheesecake.
cheesecake. Ugh. Disgusting.
Also,
What's disgusting?
Well, Kevin just had a realization.
What?
There in the kitchen, you could have egg fried rice.
Have what?
Egg fried rice.
Hmm.
To which he starts rooting without a word, just like, oh, where can I find some? Oh, there's some. And just starts doing a thing.
Hmm.
He seems to be going heavier on the egg and the meat than he does the veggies. He's going for chicken egg fried rice. Because the what is it? The flesh of the parents cooked in the cooked in the fluids of their unborn young somehow sates his hunger more.
One. By the way, Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
I do have a question for you.
I may have an answer.
Alright, so I was thinking, what if there was a small extension on the end of your lance, your gun lance, that accelerated the bullets faster, like a little electromagnetic rail that gave it a little extra push when it left the barrel? You think that would work?
I was thinking about that. Kind of munch on a massive green onion that he just takes a bite out of. I was thinking about that. Do you remember that cannon that was shooting at us?
Aye.
I kind of forgot to get a hold of that, but kind of had a similar idea
Well,
of
I was
maybe
thinking,
engraving some runes and such into it.
aye, but well, I'm not versed in runes, but I do know a little bit about magnets. What we could do is, that the harness you wear with it.
Yeah.
We could put like either some form of electric crystal in a containment unit, or some kind of electronic pack, some kind of battery pack that's not that wouldn't get in the way of your mobility, but at the same time it runs along the arms onto your gun that will allow it to power the rails at the end of your gun, and it only activates when you fire the gun with a trigger squeeze. So that way you don't waste power and you only get the short bursts. So it doesn't overheat the rails.
I like the idea there. I wonder though how about the kind of snaps his finger a few times as he's trying to pull the word out of his ass because I'm doing the same damn thing. I wonder if having that last little bit of push at the end would affect the projectile's flight stability.
It might. If we did it, I'd have to find that perfect amount of push to where it doesn't destabilize the projectile mid-flight, but at the same time gave it an actual boost. Now, I don't want it to go just a few couple of feet per second faster. I want, or maybe if we made some custom ammunition for you, you could crank it up and really send a piece of, like, say, tungsten or something. Fly a solid piece of tungsten at something.
Well, we could still. Why not move the push over a longer period in the barrel itself?
True, but that would require me to take your take your gun apart and reconfigure the entire barrel.
Do you even have the knowledge necessary to thoroughly organize everything into a very advanced form of technology?
I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
Well, then it sounds like you should not at all act on any of these suggestions until you don't run the risk of killing yourself.
That's why I'm not. It's just a suggestion, and it's a work in progress. I wasn't going to immediately. Oh, I'm just going to slap a battery. I'm just going to slap
Gil,
a
and I
battery.
know you. You
What?
have a patience level about as great as a 5-year-old who sees a brand new shiny toy. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying.
We'll work on it.
Hey,
I know my way around the gun, and I'm sure we could bum some information off of Ricky. He seems to be pretty up on the technology thing.
I will see if I can talk with him after the dinner party is done and everyone here is done eating, and we go our separate ways.
Draw up some plans, proposed ideas, make up some tangible plans and things. That always helps with a scientific mind, so they can see it and sort of start working on the idea.
Hey, you're right. Well, the thing is, back at the guild, I've got two small rails that I was working on, but it's only to get the rail shape right.
Hmm.
They're about 6 inches long, and the way I've got them is they are angled in a little bit so that nothing snags on a completely flat surface.
Hmm. I wonder. I never really did look too much into propelling things outside of the use of chemicals.
Mhm.
Hmm. Let's draw up some. You draw up some plans. I'll do a little bit of investigation on my own as well.
Right.
Let's see if we can think of something together on that. Because if we could make a little booster that hopefully hasn't been made already, you might find yourself a fairly lucrative little business.
We'll see. If it has been made already, well, oh well.
Nothing to say you can't do it better than what they have already, or
Hey,
at least different.
true. But I will need to draw your gun as well. So after we're done here, I can do that, and I could probably do that more when we're back at the guild.
Oh yeah, just remind me. I have a bad memory, so
All right.
yeah. But remind me, and we'll go over it.
That's all the.
Oh,
Excuse
damn
me.
it! I failed that one. Kevin burned some of his rice, and now he's a little bit grumpy.
How do you burn rice? It's boiled.
He's frowning at
Yeah.
it now. Egg fried rice, or chicken fried rice, I guess.
It's it's still full of water. Like were you talking for like 2 hours?
Frying with oil and high temperature, though. You get it all together in a pan. You get hot and you start stirring it. He stopped stirring it for a second.
Yeah, rice will burn pretty fast if there's oil in the mix.
Yeah.
He's not using a wok because he's never figured out quite how to use those. He's using a regular ass pan.
Okay. If you're using a pan, I could see it happening then.
Oh yeah, there's not nearly enough what's it called? There's not nearly enough oil in there to give it thermal protection as well as the ability to cook.
This has been a relatively unproductive evening, though we've eaten good foods. And that's all that matters, really.
What matters is that we've got food, friends, and we've, come a little closer as a team.
Beatrice is just gonna grin. She's not gonna show her teeth or anything because she's still eating, but she's gonna grin a little bit. Finds it.
So, should we have a team name or something?
No.
No.
Oh. Feeling all
Yes.
A unanimous no.
What an excellent team name.
I am a weapon, and I do not think that would be an advisable idea.
And Kevin kind of looks around. Wait, I feel like I missed something. Who was that?
Oh, that's Warden. And Bob will point to his enormous cleaver just kind of lied on the table.
Oh. Oh! You got one of those spirit weapons. Cool.
Aye, and Beatrice got one too. My ma forged her 2 chain daggers.
Shut up, asshole. You're gonna blow my cover.
What cover?
I was pretending to be a butter knife.
You are too sharp to be a butter knife.
I can have dreams, damn it.
Well, I mean, if you want, we can always take it back to me ma. And
No,
we can turn
no,
it
I
into
mean,
a
I
butter knife.
literally can only have dreams. Like, I do not have the physical body that you have. Everything here is essentially a product of the imagination.
Well, as long as we fight, you get to kill things.
I mean, I was gonna kill things regardless.
No, you almost killed us.
Almost. I was about to blow up and murder you. That was me. Alright. Wait, I ate you then. So it was me. We became one. It hurt.
I would imagine so.
You don't want to imagine what it's like to die. It's not very conducive to your health.
Aye, true. There's a lot of things I
There's a-
don't want to imagine.
Kevin thinks for a moment. Sentient blade and such. I've been meaning to hone my skills, as it were, on sharpening blades. If I do it wrong, you can tell me that I'm doing it wrong, and I can get better. Who wants to be a guinea pig for someone who's never sharpened a blade before?
We're
We're already way too
recommend
sharp,
it.
and if you touch me, I'll burn your fingers off, and he'll electrocute you until you stop moving.
Aw.
And for one, you got to remember who made those. You ruin some of my ma's work, and she might just hang you on the wall alive.
Or she
I
might
would-
make you into something.
She might take your soul and forge it into a butt plug for me ma.
No, they'd like that.
Kevin pulls out an ordinary rock from his inventory. So, who's first?
Well, my angles are of a slightly different variety, but I suppose you could sharpen me, even though I'm usually kept fairly sharp.
I mostly kid. I'm not gonna break such a fine piece of craftsmanship.
Oh, I am a very fine piece of craftsmanship. Thank you.
Kevin's making more friends. That's good.
That'll do what you can do. Snake looks flammable too.
You're only partially right. And no.
Wait, do you do normal fire or magic fire?
I assume it's soul fire? Something?
Yeah, I'm fancy.
Alright, well, I'm not immune to that.
I'm gonna give you 3rd-degree burns on top of your 3rd-degree burns.
While burning your
Well-
third degree burns. I know where this is going.
Yo, I heard you like fire.
Well, in that case, no thank you. I do not want my soul to have a tan when you're done.
You're luck.
Now, one thing I don't remember is whether or not my spirit fire burned him.
Evan will grab John's tail and pull it over. Here, I got you a candle. Let's try.
Bjorn's gonna pull his tail back. Aye. No.
But I'm curious too.
Alright, fine. Just a little bit, and he's gonna hold his tail out to Beatrice.
She's not going to set him on fire.
Hey. I haven't been set on normal fire in a while. That's a good thing.
I mean, I could change that, like when we were kids.
Maybe later. And not in the
Does
middle
his
of Fuya's
fur burn?
kitchen.
Or is his fur immune to regular fire too?
Everything's immune to regular fire.
I'm not.
That's right.
Yeah, no, same. I have been burned quite badly myself.
Didn't you get punched by a church lady?
Punched with a hammer, yes. It was not a good time. Also, thanks for reminding me. Fuck, she's a bitch.
Yes, I am not a fan of hers.
I don't think any of us are.
I do appreciate the fact that she did not obliterate me.
Yeah.
We should be thankful for that. I guess there are still some ethics in the Church of Omnius and their bullshit backroom deals.
Huh. If it's any consolation to me, there are 46 counties currently under effect from this tornado watch.
Neat.
Kind of like that time last year when the entire state of Oregon was under fire evacuation.
What's everyone doing watching the tornado?
Watching it.
I know people.
You watch
I literally know people that are crazy enough that they have sat outside, not during a watch, during an active tornado, hoping to see it pass in the foreground.
In the
And
foreground?
they're still. They're like, anything ahead of you is the foreground.
They were just hoping to see a tornado pick up a trailer and yeet it.
Apparently in Tyler once, because Tyler, is right smack dab in Tornado Alley, because East Texas, my parents are actually driving down the highway during a storm which had a tornado, and they watched it rip the entire roof, off of a hotel, or a Motel 6 or some shit, and throw it. Just
fucking angry wind.
See, that's why down here in Florida, we don't let the air into our roofs. That's why our houses are always so goddamn hot, because it can't escape.
Despite contrary belief, you should keep your windows closed if there's a tornado nearby.
Yes.
Yeah, because that'll let the air in and it'll do whatever the hell it wants, including pull the roof off.
Yeah.
It'll increase the chance of your house having a failure. Keep it close. There's a good chance that as long as the tornado doesn't come directly, on top of you, it'll pass by. It'll scare the shit out of you and throw everything around, shake everything. But it won't make. It's not gonna
Pressure
yeet you.
differentials are all bitch.
That's always been
Oh,
do people that hide like when a tornado goes by their house in the big regions where they're really common? Do their ears hurt after when it passes by? It goes by fast from what I hear because they're just moving so quick. But do you think that makes it? Because it's is it like riding in a car with one window down and all the other windows up?
It's
it is described as though there is a freight train passing within 5 feet of. So the sound, the rumble, yeah, I'd imagine it probably stings a little bit.
It's
when my
mostly
house got hit by a
noise.
tornado,
There's
it was
also a change in pressure.
Wait, what do
Yeah.
you mean your house got hit by a tornado?
I told years back when I lived in LaGrange, a tornado went by my house and it sounded like a fucking jet engine hit my house.
Legitimately by your house, out in the street and
Yes.
shit?
Yes.
Jesus. Glad you're still here. Fucking Georgia has no chill either. Some states just have
Yeah, because I was
That's
just
all
laying
we
in
get.
bed. I was just laying in bed and the power started flickering. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a storm. And all of a sudden I just hear
I'm
and
sure
like, what
that's
the fuck?
sure that's very impressive. We couldn't hear it.
Yeah. It's you don't want to hear it. It's terrifying. That's why I don't like storms anymore.
Here's the fucked up thing where I live. I'm about 2 miles away from a railroad track, and you can hear trains 2 miles away when they're blaring their horn.
Yeah.
So these fuckers don't care if there's a storm. They'll still send that train during this weather.
Yeah, they'll keep on chugging.
And I don't know if that's arrogance, because I've seen trains get thrown by tornadoes, or just because it's too much of a pain in the ass to stop and leave the train in the middle of nowhere.
It's too much of a pain in the ass to stop. It takes several miles.
So it's better just to
basically, if they're gonna get hit by a
moving,
tornado, they're gonna
exposure
get hit
time.
by a tornado. They might as well make keep up on their schedule.
Yeah, they might as well try and keep the schedule.
The only
I
thing that
hate
they
it, though,
slow down
because
for
I know-
is
several million tons.
I know when the storm starts getting worse, because it's already outside now, I can hear it. It's settling and creeping in, and it's the calm before the storm. I know when it starts up, these motherfuckers are gonna have a train going through Boyd down 2 miles. Technically, it's a straight line as the bird flies 2 miles away to those tracks, maybe a mile and a half. And I know I'm gonna hear, and I'm gonna be fucking freaking out in the middle of a thunderstorm, hearing.
the only thing trains slow down for is
It's probably heavy enough that they're safe inside it for the most part, unless something directly hits the cab.
Yeah,
but
they
it
weigh
could
several million pounds of. Oh yeah, they're probably not going to get yachted into the infinite, but they're if at the worst they're going to get flopped over. So it would be to limit your exposure to it.
Well, I guess when you're going 120 miles an hour.
Chugga chugga, motherfucker.
But yeah.
They do technically have to slow down when they pass through towns. People don't know how fast those fucking freight trains actually go when they're not near towns. Those things bug it.
Oh, yeah, no, they fly.
80 or 90 in some cases. If it's a nice flat open stretch, they might kick it up a few.
That's the last thing you want to see coming at you is fucking 11 million tons of steel moving at 90 miles an hour.
Und, bitch.
they literally had a movie about that a while ago called Unstoppable or whatever, and this dude literally robbed a train and shit. And it was an interesting concept, because how the fuck would you stop that?
You don't.
Yeah, it's like you.
Well, not quickly.
You can't stop that by force.
I thought
either
Unstoppable
derail
was
it.
about a runaway train where basically they accidentally let it go without a person on it.
Mm-hmm.
Where's
Like
the track?
jumping back on after they had
Oh yeah.
flipped
Yeah.
their switches and stuff.
Well,
But seriously,
there are a few things that could happen that will actually end up with the train derailing. It could enter into a corner too fast without turning, because they do turn. You have to turn a train.
Momentum.
And if it hits one of the track exchange signals without the tracks being lined up, the hitting those rails that change you to the next line over will actually derail it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also
So
like
now you have
if the rails
unrestricted
happen to be
millions of
damaged
trains.
or something or warped.
Yeah, you could have damaged rails. You could have a train will derail if there's too many leaves on the track.
Put some baby oil on the track.
Well, and a coin won't do it
I
because
know
it'll
that.
just smush it flat.
If it doesn't go shooting off somewhere, yeah.
It'll squish it and it'll launch it.
Fucking with this force of a 22.
No shit, me and my folks used to go down to the tracks to swish coins, and occasionally one of them would ricochet off, and you could hear it like embed itself into trees.
Mm-hmm.
How would it get itself past that lip on the outside edge of the wheel?
It's on the inside.
It's on the inside. Or it's on the outside.
It's on the inside.
It's on the inside of the wheel.
I love how I
Oh.
put us into a debate about trains. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Train wheels are triangular.
Not trains.
They're cone
Not
shaped.
small ones.
I thought they were octagonal.
Slap somebody in the nose.
Moving on.
Felt like it was more of a circle, but okay.
Yes, it is a circle, but it's not a flat circle. It's a conical circle.
It's flat when you look at its butt.
It's a Nurgle. We have problems.
We are pros.
So, oh yeah.
Yay.
What part of the track do you guys think needs replaced the most? Like the part where the train starts, the part where it ends, or the part where it's going around corners?
I'd say around
I would
corners.
imagine corners.
See, it's actually the part where it starts up, because it has to have all that weight bearing down on one section of track, and then it gets a little bit of extra pressure as it gets started. So what ends up happening is the entire track will bend and warp out of position at wherever they start up the most, and that needs to get replaced the most often.
Oh.
Ooh. And also, when they ship rails to places on trains, they ship them in full length segments because the rails can bend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that.
Yeah. On what was it? Mildly interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah. But back on thing.
Alright. Well, everybody has had some time to dilly-dally and enjoy the foods.
Yes.
After a few hours, the potato cake will just be gone from the group's shenanigans.
Yes. Beatrice definitely would have had.
Leon would be happy that he made something tasty for everybody.
And then it'll be time to go to the rooms. Go get ready for the next day.
Leon would be heading back to his home. He'd wish everybody a good night and
Yes, Bonnie.
give farewells to everybody.
Bonnie's going to leap on the Fion's back. Piggyback me home.
Leon. Alright, I got you.
Take me to your house, fucker. I'm not sleeping at my house, 'cause my house is in another country.
I know that. I got you. And Fionn will carry Bonnie home.
You two are gonna have adorable kids.
Oh, man. Oh, wait, you're talking about him? Yeah, they'll be alright. They won't be ugly as sin. No, not ugly as you, like ugly as the act of sin. It's an expression. I heard it from Ricky, and I thought it was funny. Mm. You've got Fuyu genes. Your kids are gonna be gorgeous. Shut up. Of course, I'm handsome, so I mean, I'm gonna be awesome too. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Speaking of that, I'm gonna go.
See about getting some kids of my own.
You really should. Before
That
Nora beats you
requires
to the
talking
punch.
to girls.
Oh, I forgot to ask the burning question. What is the shape of that? Like how many slots does it take?
Say, what was the
Shape of what?
The stack
The
shape
burning
and
question.
size of
Her
her.
dagger.
Oh,
Your daggers? I gave it to you.
No, not the new ones. The one that was. Let's see,
fucking children.
the
Jesus.
one that deals bleed damage and stuff. And you called it the burning question.
Oh, I never gave that. Well, obviously it's gonna stack once, and its shape is 12.
12. Okay, that's the part I was missing. I was like, why does
Damn.
this column say 0? Oh, that's because the other one is blank.
It's mostly fucking Janaya, all these other fucking Smith tools. She's just no. These won't be good enough. Fraji, with one piece of cake in pre-wrapped in hand, gonna go find Doru.
Ah, she's gonna be very happy when he gives her a snack.
Come on.
If he eats it in front of her, she's gonna try and get it out of his mouth.
No, he's actually bringing it to her. I was rolling for that though, because that's a Faraji thing to do.
It's like, hey, look, I got cake. Nom.
hey, it's
She's
your
like,
piece of
okay, it's
cake.
mine now.
Nom.
Nah.
Just shove whole hand into mouth to take cake.
Now she would use her mouth.
Dude, she got that long leggy.
I mean-
she should do it.
You know, Faraji's original idea is like, you want to share this piece of cake?
She would.
Now that he can wiggle his ears.
God, her legs are just so long. Not as long as Moss's, but her legs are just ridiculously long.
Leggy.
Faraji is just kind of gesturing for Doru to follow because they're gonna go be adults and sleep.
Well, she's definitely going to follow. She's definitely going to enjoy the cake too. She enjoys treat.
What is this sleep you speak of?
It's the thing that your parents tell you to do so they can do their taxes in peace without drowning you like Barbara Bush.
Um,
She's in a sad. She can't bully somebody. So she decides that she's just gonna go sleep.
oh,
After she goes and just tries to harass Noro.
She's gonna try and harass Noro.
Shizuna walks up just, hello, I'm gay.
That's a lie.
Shizuna's fairly dumbfounded for a second.
She's like, wait. You snakes.
That's just okay then. So have a conversation. Damn, I didn't want to be an adult today. Hell, I've had like 3 days without having to be an adult. Don't want to start now.
Just go away, small child.
Fine. Ah, yes. Interesting conversation talking between the two.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it literally is just silence. Just,
Riveting conversation.
I am doing math.
Nobody's dying, so I don't have anything to do.
Bunny can go sleep.
Deck, agility, intelligence, will.
Dexagility, your new stat you have to roll for.
Bunny can go dance.
It has been a while since she's done any of those dances.
Will her? Well, no. Never mind.
Yeah, no, it's been about a month.
Yeah.
Naiva will casually mention that she's gonna go dancing, and anyone's welcome to join them.
Oh, my hair. Ow. 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 Damn hair. Need to hit my hair on another heavy wash again.
Porsche.
Yes, a wash.
Why did people say wash? I thought it was wash. Where's the O? And the R?
Why do people say fops instead of fop?
Well, that one's a complete and total fabrication, so I can understand it. But when you only have one spelling of a word, why do you choose the wrong one?
Because it's Warsh.
There's two ways to
Gotta
spell
go.
fox: F-O-X and F-A-U-X.
I thought that was foe.
Yeah, that was pronounced foe. And if it was a name, it was fox.
That's Guy Fawkes. Anyway, Leon's got a ways to carry Bonnie home.
Bonnie will boob head him to make it worth his trouble.
Leon will accept this and take it in stride.
Yes. Janai will see this when they come in the front door. He's just sitting there, enjoying the couch. It looks like a blanket thrown over her. And it looks like a sleeping Alana on their lap with her just head laid there. And she'll just look up from her book and then just... Alright, if you break my headboard, you better replace it by the morning.
Yes, Ma.
When the children leave, they'll just reach down and pat Alana. You can breathe.
I don't think I've held it that long before.
Practice makes perfect.
Aye, that I do.
Fucking kitty ears can hear for miles, boy.
Who's Fion's? Or
No,
Janai's.
Janai, she got them sharp hearing. She's developed a parent hearing who can hear everything you do and when
She's
you're
like-
coming at every second.
The boy's home. Quick, down.
It's a very warm fireplace, though. I'm kind of envious of not having a fire. Well, I have a fireplace. I just got stuff in front of it, but I'm going to have to move all that for the winter months. Well, whenever winter decides it wants to, catch up to this patch. Yeah, whenever we get put on the winter patch, the Texas server's a little behind.
Yeah, no, Georgia sometimes skips that patch altogether.
I'm
They go
pretty
straight
sure
back
the
to spring.
devs in charge of Florida ignore the winter event until Christmas, and we only get like 3 days of it.
They turn the keyboard.
What was
I
that?
like how I'm
Robo
the one with storms incoming and you have the disconnecting internet.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. He's been having all kinds of trouble today.
His internet is
Weird.
duty.
Normally it's fine.
Lately, it's been kind of duty.
Every once in a while, not all the time, just every once in a while, your internet decides, I'm going to make him robot for like 2 seconds.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Fiona's taking Bonnie up to his room.
Alright, what?
Bonnie's laziness stops at the second floor. Alright. The best thing about kimonos, quick access.
Hey, I agree.
A twitching ear in the distance, long away. And just, oh dear, I feel like my clan's kimonos are being used for immoral purposes. Then it's funny coming from Fuyu because she's just casually standing there doing lewd things that maybe in the fucking cupboard.
But of course, it has to be in the cupboard.
It's the only place that they could find that to be hideable from. Well, it's not really a cupboard, it's more like a little
Pantry?
I think it's like a large pantry, but they've got the, where they've been peeking from for the entirety of this event. Everyone went home, except Noro, who's just, gonna go fetch a Kevin, with the Shizuna following him, asking him 1,000 different questions.
Did Beatrice stay with Sen?
Munching.
I assume she would.
Yes, those two are fucking inseparable, and it's not because he
Yeah,
has a knot.
I figured she would either stay with him or he would come with her.
He will stay with her.
Hey.
Shut, Kevin.
You
I heard that.
heard nothing.
I 100% heard that.
Kevin has just finished plating himself a second batch of his chicken fried rice.
We're gonna get
All right,
banned from the
Kevin.
kitchen, apparently.
Just had a stupid idea. Something that Beatrice would consider. Do you remember Zolo from One Piece?
Yes.
I just had the image of her doing what he does.
Dagger in mouth, 2 in hand.
Yes.
Exit.
You know, I'm really good. I wonder if that's something she could develop.
Well, there are crazy ass fucking types of fighters all over the world that have come up with equally insane stuff. I mean, hell, fucking Aurora literally has a swarm blade method.
Yeah, I kind of picture Beatrice trying to figure out ways to wield as many weapons as physically possible.
Got elbow pads with blades on them.
Under the arms, in between the little fold of the arm, stuck in that little fold of your wrist, one between each finger, gripping in the palm, biting in the mouth, holding one on like the left or right side of your neck in the meat while the other one's hanging from your ear. One
One
between
between
your
each
toes, one
toes.
between your
Those
thighs.
bunny ears.
Just
Yeah.
each ear wrapped around the handle of a small knife.
That would be hilarious. If the dice
That would
decide, we will have it.
Yes,
Ugh.
I have been pondering her doing that for a little while. Not because of One Piece, I just realized that a character in One Piece does that.
Mhm.
Mm. Noro will steal some of Kevin's chicken fried rice, just scoop it up for himself.
Oh, hey, what do you think? More salt or less?
No, it's fine.
Ah, good. Maybe I'll remember how to make it this next time.
So do you and the administrator have sex? Ignore her. She's been asking me personal questions.
Yeah, he was less than a certain number. Why is she lumming onto you?
I don't know. Faraji's becoming immune to my bullying.
So you picked Noro?
Well, he hasn't third-clicked me yet.
That makes sense.
I'm not going to either. I'm gonna have him.
He's quite resolute.
There it
You're
is.
wasting your time.
You think it was hard for me to find available butts in which I could plant my nuts? You would be surprised on how open access they are. That's why I'm a very strong person, resisting the temptation.
You know, I just made myself feel fucking dumb.
Why?
I was looking for my headphones, and then I reached up to scratch. No, I reached up to scratch my head, and I felt the band on my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's one of those days.
Ivy, I got a quick question.
Yep.
I'll get a quick answer.
You got
I'm not even the one who asked the question, but still, I have an answer.
if you have a list of numbers, how do you mathematically find the smallest one in like as few steps as possible? Like obviously you can compare the first and second numbers and then keep the smaller and do that all the way down the list and then branch your way down to whatever the smallest one is. But that's a lot of loops. I want to do something like add all of the numbers in the list and then with an equation take the smallest number out of that.
my brain hurts.
You know, I used to know how to do that like 15 years ago, but I forget.
My brain.
They do make sorting algorithms specifically
I know,
for
but I
that.
don't want an algorithm. I want a way to do it by hand.
Look at the numbers, and the smaller is the one.
Yeah,
If you
I don't remember how to do that. Like,
I mean, disgruntled.
I don't think there's an equation, but you would have to like write an algorithm or something.
Oh, so this little interesting thing. What's my old man and my mom were at the they had to go to the doctor for a follow-up checkup on his diabetes and stuff. And he was complaining to the doctor about the diet and like, she starved me and I'm assuming she explained that that's the diet making you hungry. You will get used to it and you will not be as hungry. But
Like someone's ding-donging on the doorbell.
but they found a pretty little Serenity prayer tab in the on the way out today. It's very pretty little. I don't know if it's silver or if this is pewter on like just a little piece of aluminum or steel. Well, it's not bending easy, so I think it's a little piece of steel. But it's so pretty. Just thought I'd share it. It's really pretty.
Okay.
I'll take a picture later. Oh my gosh. I love this diet, but I was warned that some people may experience bouts of diarrhea. Ah, yes. I guess I should have expected that out of a high-fat diet. A high-fat diet without a lot of carbs to keep all that fat together. Should have seen that coming. I'm surprised more people don't shit themselves on keto. No, by the way, when you are defeated and your soul is turned into a soul weapon, well, that's not entirely true. If your soul is forged into a weapon, because that is how you tell the level of soulsmith capability. The standard soulsmith can only take a soul and put it into the blank of a weapon and make it a more intense version of that weapon with their soul, but the soul is essentially mute. A powerful soulsmith like Janaya can take that soul and give it a material in which it can put itself on, but not be like slaved to in that regard, and it can form into a weapon that is a representation of its self. How it, like, that's why it's a connected pair of chain daggers, because those two were inseparable and always connected via the tail, you know, the whole fight.
Does make sense.
Now, so if they were forged by someone like Janaya or someone with a level of talent like Janaya's, they could theoretically turn into a copy of themselves because they weren't enslaved to that blank like a lower level soulsmith can do. They were given the free reign to shape into a weapon, and essentially the reason Janaya was so careful about touching everything and would handed it off the way it did is once it's handed off to its correct owner, you basically, that's your soul weapon. So somebody can't take a soul forged weapon from you, at least like Janaya's. It can fight back against that person, and they usually do so by not working, or say if you're really unlucky in the cases like Storm and Blaze, and you accidentally dropped one, they would use all of that momentum and try and cut you.
I see.
Oof, my guts. Okay. When Kevin gets back, I will let him know that he's going to be going to the bed.
This is a good idea.
Ah, yes. Noro's going to inform me it's time for you and him just to go relax. And he will answer one of Shizana's questions. Yes, we have sex. We're adults. We've been friends for 23 years. 24 years, technically. Well, 25 if you count the little bit that we knew each other. And I was just awkwardly high in the corner.
To be fair, she is very pretty.
Huh?
No, he's to say being kind of shy off in the corner. It's like she's super pretty.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, without the glasses and all the stuff in her hair. Oh.
Easy there, Turbo.
Sorry. Traits that aren't my natural traits sometimes take over.
Well, it is understandable.
By the way, Doro really, really liked that cake. I rolled to see how much and got a 95.
Jeez.
Knowing how Kiki Faraji is, he probably put that in his mouth and kissed them while having sex, because he's a fucking creep. He's got like a lot of like interesting kinks. Fucking, I'm waiting for someone to strangle him because he will say harder, daddy. Why would you say that? It's easier for me to fight when I'm horny and you. I mean, his logic, it's easier for him to fight horny than it is for him to fight confused.
The question is, though, how would he say it?
That's a good question. How would he say it?
Probably the way that would creep them out the most, I think. So he would vary it from attacker to attacker.
Oh yeah, he definitely would. And if he had the foreknowledge of someone having a stepfather, he would literally choke me like your stepfather, bitch. Or choke me like your stepdad does you.
Choke me like your dad did your mom. You won't, bitch.
Choke me like one of your Namanthian girls. Yeah, Faraji is like he's actually that's a really smart tactic is shit like that in combat. He'll throw in psychological warfare and it can disrupt an enemy if they're, not like a monster. You can say harder daddy all you want to a monster crushing your windpipe with his mouth. It's going to keep getting harder until it kills you. So I'm like, why the fuck would you say that? Why would you do that if you didn't want to commit? I love Harpo, but I kill him dead before I let him beat me. God, it's a great movie. Just something so unique about it. Okay. Kevin and Nora will get to go be adults. Shizuna will go to bed with this sort of scare-rousal. They made the mistake of making eye contact with Nora when he answered that question. She unfortunately got a 4 for him, and he's trying to make it as difficult as possible for her to continue to pester him.
Poor Shizuna.
She's used to being the aggressor. She's never been on the fucking defense like that. I like how fucking Mons has his Fuyu has kind of thought of Mons for a place for him to sleep when he visits, and it's literally just like a room that is like 4 rooms put together with just like one gigantic bed.
Bed. The Mons suite.
I'm sure that Ivy and Fuyu both discussed what would be the best amenities for Mons. They're like, should we give him a soft bed or a nice firm bed? What would be more comfortable for him?
Mons, they probably got told by him, I like a very soft bed and a bowl of grapes. That's really all I ever wanted. Like, bed of grapes, no, bowl of grapes, soft bed, not soft bowl bed of grapes.
Yeah, so he probably has this absolutely gigantic, cushy bed. Probably like 4 feet tall off the ground.
I like to think that it has springs that compress all the way until it touches the ground when he lies on it.
Just about. Not all the way. Almost all the way.
Yes. If anybody's hiding under there, they're gonna regret it. I think Mons weighs about almost 4,000 pounds.
It's a heavy boy.
I can just kind of see him actually just enjoying an evening out with Fuyu and Yon all in their gigantic forms.
Yeah, I can see that.
Makes him feel normal.
Makes him feel not going through. It's worth noting a sweet moment is that when Bonnie was a baby and Marianne was still dealing with, that fatigue that mothers always have, they would both sleep on him. She would sleep like under his arm with her head on it, and he would just lie baby Bonnie directly on his chest, right beneath his face, in case anything happened. He could immediately wake up and check on her.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a good daddy.
And that is why Mons now sleeps on his back instead of his side. Entirely because he spent years sleeping on his back so Bonnie could lie on top of him.
He's just such a sweet guy.
He's a big soft cinnamon roll when he needs to be.
Soft cinnamon roll is as hard as fucking marble. He's a baguette that was left out in the sun too long. Still good, just rough exterior. By the way, just so you know, Kevin, when morning rolls around, that is just Noro in your ear.
He just kind of turns over and just jaw on top of the jaw, on bottom of the chin, just shush.
Okay, so we need the other part of the overture. And then Noro will actually pull a trumpet out of his inventory threateningly.
Alright, fine, Mob.
I let you sleep until 9 o'clock.
That's 4 hours too early.
Well, you know, we have to go back to a dungeon, because Janiyah told me to get my ass to a dungeon with you, Gloria, and Drake, apparently. So, we're gonna go get you. We're gonna go do something. Listen, I'm not arguing with the angry lion woman. All right, you know, she provides delicious non-alcoholic alcohol for you to drink, and some of the tastiest punch in the world that happens to be completely zero sugar.
She is quite talented and an excellent person as well.
Well, a lot of it comes from her loudmouth wife, who, you know, she talks a lot, but she tell her heart's there in the right place all the time. You know, right between her billowing tits.
Oh yeah, Alana's good people.
Very good people. I should bring Silly here and just let them enjoy a moment of this. Oh, maybe I'll put in a petition with Oliver for time off for the head administrator.
Yeah.
Well, hell, dude, we're not like low rank. You know who we are.
Oh yeah, we uncovered just an absolute bullshit plot to destroy the guild. Of course they're gonna love it. Of course they're gonna know who we are. Paperwork for the others.
Yep. Plus, you know, we have Suyu to vouch for us.
That is true. Well, Kevin kind of just like reaches out his arms and stretches and just, oh god. So what's the dungeon we're going to?
Mm-hmm. Put my trumpet away.
It amuses me that he just happens to have a trumpet. Wonder what other instruments he played.
Yes.
I know that a lot of the brass instruments are very similar. Like you can play one, you can play the others. Kinda.
Kinda.
It's like the
You might be
valves and all
thinking
that are
of
the same.
woodwinds.
So you basically know the fingering for the note, then you can do it. You do kind of need to practice with them. Like I wouldn't expect a bugle player to just hop on a tuba and be a pro.
Well, it is worth noting that because Noro was, for like the first 11-ish years of his life, before he left, raised in, because once you hit 11, that's technically age of maturity for men, so they can leave if they choose to and go do stuff.
Do they get their first Pokemon?
Shut up. If you seriously, you could be like Pokemon, just become a summoner.
You could.
That'd
That
be a
is-
bit on the nose, but entertaining nonetheless.
Well, no, like it's a pre-existing school of magic is the Summoners College. It's in the far eastern part of the world, though, to really find it. You'd have to get all the way to Anzanala, which is over there.
Well, that might be something to explore. I don't know yet.
Mhm.
Getting poked.
But yeah.
Apparently liked something I posted.
But because he was raised in a Arisian, or excuse me, not Arisian, well, an Arisian in an Omniscient, because Church of Omnius, they are Omniscians, those who, worship Omnimus.
Omnius.
I can't speak words when my mouth is dry. Then my mouth is always dry.
Come on, Keto, fuck you.
Fuck you, Amonkito. I'm just gonna label everything as fuck you, Amonkito. It's giving me mood swings.
No,
Those-
you beats.
No, mood swings are in fact part of Keto's diet when it really starts to go into full power. Muscle cramp, fatigue, increased cognitive thinking, random anxiety apparently, diarrhea or constipation, cotton
Random
mouth is a
erections.
constant. Random erections are part of my life. I don't know about keto.
It might
Seriously.
increase your blood circulation.
I'm not even. It will actually because it'll clear up a lot of the gunk that's in your bloods from all the sugars you used to eat. But I'm not even joking. I was watching Worlds. I even know what I'm talking about. I was watching the League of Legends World Championship. Random boner at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's like, why?
I guess it just had to cycle the blood out. Is what it was doing. It's like, okay, hold on, I just gotta make it pass here.
Excuse me, make it a quick pass. Down.
That's my guess. Is it was from, it thought it was gonna have a clot, so it rushed blood through the system.
The entire
But it just-
system.
As much as people don't like to talk about it, the penis is part of the circulatory system.
I am aware, Ferris.
I'm not Ferris. Now, see, if I was covered in iron, I would be.
No, just your arms.
God, shut.
Man. That delighted me. Sorry, hey, that was a good pun, and then Mega's
Yeah.
reaction was great.
But so, it is the next morning, yes.
Yes. Oh. And the first ones to have actually been woken up that morning would have been Bonnie and Fionn, with the door just getting swung open, and it would have been Alana to wake them up first, politely, and she would have been able to give the warning, you have 5 minutes and I send Janai in here with a bucket of water.
No, I can just see her talking to Fionn. Alright, you got 5 minutes before I send your ma in here with a bucket of water. Alright, I'm up. Come on, Bonnie, we gotta get up or my mom's gonna come in here with some ice cold water.
Just from the hall. Bold of you to assume that it's hot. I mean cold. It's hot.
That's even worse.
Right? That's... You want to know where she learned that?
Where?
Drake used to
Of
do that
course.
to her when she fell asleep.
Just hot
He would
water.
just... This is when Drake was 18. He was just like, hey, wake up, old lady. She was only 24 at the time, by the way.
Mhm.
And she would be asleep, and he's like, okay, and he'd leave and come back and just throw it all over her head where her mane was. because he was considerate. It wouldn't cause a lot of burns because it wasn't on the skin, but it would get really hot fast as it soaked the mane. And then it would lose all its temperature because the mane soaked it up.
Just
Oh, hey! You wouldn't wake the hell up. I like cold water. Well, was that effective? Exactly. Now, I need you to help me reset this arm because it's broken.
Like, grab a hold of this and I'll do the rest.
Yeah, Drake never had a trust of medics. That's because when he was young, the whole school of surgery was still a fresh concept, and it was less practical surgery in medicine like it is now, and it was more theater. It's like, I have a nail in my hand going through the other side. Oh, cut it off. Can't replace it. Oh, okay. I have a slight infection on the surface of my skin that I think a good ointment could clear up. Nope, cut it off. It's infected.
I stubbed my toe, cut off the foot.
Fun fact. As an homage to theater surgery, like that one that had a 300% mortality rate. Yeah, there was a surgery performed a long time ago, and
Yeah, he cut off the patient's limb, his assistant's finger. They
no,
both
not that
died.
one.
No?
No, I'm not talking about that. In the game world, as an homage to that, there's actually you can find it if you talk to a doctor. There's a story about a 500% mortality rate where 5 people died in one surgery, including the doctor.
Did he cut his own hand off?
Fuck, that bad.
You'd have to actually, I know it, but I'm not going to tell you it. You'd have to talk to it because it's worth, if you come across a surgeon or somebody who's been trained at one of the medical schools, see if they know it. It's worth picking for that information.
Yeah. All right, so Fiona's up. He's getting Bonnie up.
Bonnie's up. She's always an early riser.
Good.
Well, since we're not going to use this hot water, I suppose I can go use it to make coffee. Coffee it is. Alright, that sounds right. Coffee. What is... Oh god, yeah, that's right. Jania's level of coffee is worse than Cuban coffee.
It's coffee you can chew.
Well, it's like...
That reminds me, my aunt went to France one time. She said you could stand a spoon in the coffee.
And Alana's not allowed to have her coffee.
No. That's not true. She's just not allowed to have her coffee in the daytime where it's not going to see any use.
Yeah.
No, but Janaya only buys her coffee from the specific market in town where the person that grows it may or may not be growing it with some sort of really interesting form of magic because it's stupid concentrated. Like, she makes an entire cup of coffee by tossing one bean into water and boiling it.
Mm-hmm. Just one bean.
Just one bean. That's all she needs.
Dear Lord, don't let Alana eat the bean.
Not again.
Repeat.
Akane shows up just to torment you.
She just shows up to torment Alana.
Well, actually, Akane has a current task as a, part of a favor, and it's to just go check in on Shadow every couple of years.
On Shadow?
Yeah, because both Akane and Shadow were helped by Randall, who fixed both of them.
Oh, okay.
Do I get to kidnap them?
Well, he never said... He said you can do what you want, but you have to argue with Sirius over that.
Yeah.
You thought Selene was bad.
You're gonna borrow him a bit? No, you're not.
No, you're not.
One was like, "Oh, are you kidnapping him? This is exciting. I'll be the damsel in distress. Leave me a ransom note." And then she just let it happen.
Wait, what? Shadow, when did they agree to this game?
When you got married.
Her response... that would be her response.
When you married me. Alright, fair enough.
What? She gave him 6 kids. He can't give her one kidnapping fantasy?
I thought Shadow had some of those kids.
No. I mean,
What?
he could.
No, me and you talked about this before.
Oh, yeah.
Shadow had some of the
Well, he
kids.
had like 1. She had like 5. New experience for her. She didn't actually think her womb worked. And then when Randall found her, was like, oh, I guess I did leave that working. Cut out the pipe work. Listen, you try making a person from scratch.
No, I'm not.
Well, you successfully did it 6 times.
I.
Specifically,
Seriously.
your ones.
Every human's a good baker. We make people from nothing. From a little bit of batter and a long time fermenting. No wonder little fucker come out spoiled. Everybody's like, I'm not going to spoil my kid. Yeah, you are.
Kids are just fermented sperm.
Yep.
Shut.
Randall's a good granddad, too.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it's coming up. Randall told him when your kids hit 25, you need to take them to see him.
Okay.
Every 25 years, I have to visit him. It's lonely. At least he remembers the concept of being lonely and then demands to be seen.
How soon is that?
Like 4 months away.
Okay.
If that. Actually, no, hold on. Let me look at the calendar. Oh, excuse me. It's only like 3 weeks away.
Oh. Then Shadow will have to send out letters for his kids to come home. The ones that went out.
Yeah,
to
the letters
world.
get to him first. Hopefully, the letters get to him first. Don't worry. It's,
It's like, it's time to visit your grandpa.
And to visit Grandpa
else.
Randall.
Look at you, all your stuff. That goes for all of them, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Bob has, like, unknown to him, has a couple more weeks before he has to disappear, too. I didn't want this to happen, but I guess I'll go ahead and tell you.
Cordial relationship with Randall.
What is it?
I said, I imagine that Yon has a very cordial relationship with Randall. She's very polite and respectful.
The Mage Lords have a very cordial relationship with him because Randall understands what they're doing and has agreed that he will not do anything to destabilize the world in which he lives because he's too invested in it. Because the fact that his, quote, children have thus spread their roots, and it would be immoral of him to destroy everything that they love. As much as it would bring him pleasure to watch everyone be sad.
He don't want to see his grandbaby sad.
Oh god, do not make his grandbaby sad.
I can just see some of the kids, like Junior and Catherine running up to him. Grandpa! Just Francine. Hey, Granddad.
Ah, yes, the emo. Most like me.
Francine is the most like Siri. Catherine. No, Junior is most like Shadow. The others are a mix of the two.
Okie dokie. So the next day is right around. Everyone will be fetched, including the bunner.
Yep.
Because it will be... I'd like to point out that the one who fetched the bunny was apparently, according to this, a very polite Faraji who just found nigh-by and just, like, very gently shook them awake. Hey, wake up. We gotta get ready to go do more stuff and get quests and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, but I didn't want to tell you guys that but the dice have decided, and I have rolled 307 times. No, I'm not fucking with you. There are 307 dice rolls in my history And of those 307 times, 174. Well, I hate that it's 4. I would have rather have been 5, because that would have made more sense, I guess. But 174 of them were in favor. And because that's a majority, it's going to happen. So you, unfortunately, this, I didn't want it to happen. So, like, in this campaign, I want it to happen like in the next one we did down the road, maybe. You will get to meet Randall at some point sooner or later because of your relations with Mob and
Friendship with
Bonnie. Well, Mob, Bonnie, and friendship with Shadow, and the fact that Faraji, used to nut in Shadow Jr.
He did it a couple times while they were there. Faraji like that big dragon butt.
I don't know. Kudos to Faraji right now for landing a fucking older woman.
Yeah.
And a sweetheart at that.
Junior knew it was going to be like a one-time thing, so he didn't mind.
Yeah, that's because Junior's got a love interest and probably some woman with a dick down to her knees or something.
Probably from the time that he accidentally wandered into a whorehouse trying to find the guild.
Actually,
that idea just amuses the ever-living hell out of me.
What?
Of him just basically getting lost, and instead of going to the guild, he ends up in a whorehouse.
Yep, that's what I decided for Junior to be like his dad. He didn't know what was what, so he wandered into a whorehouse, just don't look like the guild.
Big fancy building, this must be the guild. Look at all those naked people.
Honestly, it's good. Like, from the outside, big fancy building, that is really a good fucking assumption.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the guilds are just fucking gigantic, gorgeous buildings. But to be fair, they've earned it. Thousands of years of fucking public service, and they don't ask for anything in return aside from making it worth their time. And it doesn't have to be money; it can be goods. You could literally pay for a job over the course of a few weeks. Well, the guild is really easy to work with. You could have no money. It's but I could work around here. It's all right, yeah, no, we'll find something for you to do. Just show up between these times every day for the next 2 weeks, and we'll make it work.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll let you work.
They're flexible. They're doing good stuff.
You can sweep up the hallways or something.
But if it comes, they will literally give you they're part of their policies that the original founder of the guild said that if any guild master changed for profit of any kind, he would come back from the grave and rip their spines out and force feed them their own skull ass first. Because the whole point of the guild is to help people. And that's part of their policy. They will give you a job that is literally even if it's just, I don't know, just don't greet people at the door. Mm-hmm. It's just something. And so hey, so tell people hi. Just go check on people. Just do something. And then there's the part of the policy which is in the guild's code, literally in their code book, that if it is a life or death situation, there is no charge, and it is an adventurer's duty to help that person if it means that they could suffer bodily harm and possibly death. And it's completely free of charge.
Mm-hmm. Like when we first helped that one guy out.
Yeah, that stuff like that. And that's why so many people...
We should probably check on him, or at least see how he's doing if he actually got into the guild.
He's actually fine, yeah.
That's
he
good.
Is doing well. He's got a party, he's made friends, and he's, for the first time in a while, I was doing some dice rolls on him last session. He's actually smiling again, because he has a family enough.
Oh, well, that's good.
They heard about what happened to him, and he's like, oh, that sucks. It's okay, what?
Just kind of took him in under their wing and made friends and bonded and everything. Now he's got a new sort of family in his guildmates, huh?
No, he has a. They have both a goblin and a dwarf in their party, as well as another human and an elf.
A goblin and a what?
And a dwarf.
And a dwarf. Okay.
And they're prone to
human-
stacking on top of each other.
Combo. Dick punch.
That is literally fun fact. One thing that I have here in the background, that is their wombo combo, where one of depends on which one's on the shoulders what they do. The dwarfs on the shoulders, yes, they are probably going to slam into your nuts or face with their head. The goblins on top, they are probably about to shoot you in the fucking face with something.
Underbus.
The goblins in this world, like, a lot of them are very tinkery types, and they make a lot of destructive stuff.
Ooh.
The
I like
dwarf
that
is
they're
actually
good
technically the
friends, too.
healer.
Huh?
Yeah. The dwarf is technically the healer of their group. They're a healer completely through, through chemistry. They literally make, healing salves and stuff, and they add a little bit of magical dust to make those healing salves extremely aggressive, and then they'll throw them onto people.
Just, goop.
Ah! I can feel my limbs regrowing. Actively.
Never, ever take your short stacks for granted. Like Naibai. They might be small, but they're a core member of the team, because every time you fuckers get hurt, they're there to keep you from dying.
Oh, absolutely.
Very important, buddy.
Seriously, healers are like the best part of a team. Like, fuck you, other guy, I can heal.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really liked about Ivy. Is she's like, yeah, I'm gonna learn everything about healing.
I'm
She'd
surprised
be
Nightbot hasn't
everywhere.
used her mending touch from across the room to heal you mid-fight. You feel like this weird finger on your ear. It's for your own good.
Or a slap on the ass.
Healing touch. Slap.
Just wait until they get a combat spirit, then Naiba's gonna be terrifying.
Oh, yeah. So, where is everybody collecting at? Is it at the bar again?
It is at the bar to enjoy a wake-up brew.
Ooh.
It is a warm and, yes, it is an alcoholic cider meant to wake you right the fuck up and give you energy. Except for Naiba, because they're not big on alcohol, so they just gave them a glass of what looks like lemon water.
Give the bunny coffee.
I mean,
Watch me
you can
go.
request. You can request coffee, but you're not probably going to get, the Zoomies kind of coffee.
Zoomy bunny. That amuses me.
Yeah, where everybody had to fucking follow you, crackheads.
So, are we going back to the same dungeon, or are we going somewhere different?
Somewhere different. Don't you worry, sugar.
Alright.
Ooh, is this a squall line?
What?
Ooh, it does look like a squall line.
What?
I'm looking at the radar. For the weather. You know, the
Okay.
stuff that goes whoosh. Yeah.
Oh.
So, out of character, are Drake and Gloria gonna take the party to the one that they took Shadow to? Or is that are they going somewhere else?
Weren't they?
Ooh, it's not that way.
I think you said they were going to a specific one to get Naibai a weapon. Or was it? No, it was Fionn this time, wasn't it?
That
No,
was next, yes.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the adults. Because I know Kevin, Noro, Gloria, and Drake are going somewhere.
I think along the way, Beatrice would be chatting with her new soul weapon or weapons. Just kind of, I guess you could say, giving them a general history about herself and her friends and that sort of thing, and her family. Kind of properly introducing herself to them.
I see. Not really. Yeah, I know, I understand. I'm listening. I'm also listening. I'm just more quiet than him. Surly. Another. Here's why you're about to find out that Janaya is technically a criminal. Because everyone has to follow Janaya all the way back to their house. And then you get to go into one of the back rooms. It's not a very big back room. It's big enough to fit everybody, though. But when you get in there, it does look like this room was... Well, it's kind of surprising. You see a literal way chamber in this room.
Beyond. So that's why you never let me back here.
Mm-hmm. While it's just kind of casually in the floor. It's not nearly as extravagant as what the guild has, though. Theirs is for defensive reasons mostly. You know, it's elevated, so it's harder to move from and such.
Just go to move past. Oh god! Face plant from a 2-foot drop.
Yeah, because you could be a little bit disoriented depending on where you go from or what the world decides. Like, you can technically... It's been, it's possible. You can use a waystone to go back to your last saved way chamber while sprinting, but
Good luck.
your momentum's still going to happen. It's not recommended. You're going to get there, but you're going to find out how fucking short of a distance it is to that edge.
Or the nearest wall.
Yeah.
Thud.
She's opening, Janaya is currently opening a chest, and she will make sure to pull out the necessary way crystals as well. And she kind of throws one past the group, and it kind of sails overhead to get caught by a large bunny hand. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
And Suyui's just standing at the back. Ooh. Oh, don't worry, I won't tell. It's not my business.
No, thank you, Suyoi.
Mm-hmm. Have fun. And he'll just leave. He was curious, so he followed everyone. Now he's sated, so very simple person. Very just easy. Very straightforward. Curiosity sated, no longer wants to stick around. If only everyone else could be like that. Yeah, again, the adult group, the veterans over there, their group goes fast. Gloria catches the crystal, pockets the damn thing in her inventory. Her, Drake, Noro, Kevin, reluctantly, all get on the fucking platform. And then, well, they go to Zoot, but at the last second, and this Anasa fucking, not, is it? Oh god, Anasa O'Brien. Why is this crazy Irish bitch gotta come? Why, Dice? She just kind of boldly leaps onto it, just thunk onto her ass. I'm okay, let's go!
Alana's just kind of there to see everybody off. Alright, everyone, be safe. Have fun.
Woo, it's cold! Fun fact, you can feel the sensation of where you're going before you get there.
Oh no.
Yes. I am certain Kevin will like this area.
It's
You
cold.
Like this.
No,
It's warm.
It's cold.
he's hot.
Ooh,
Kevin
You
has
should
offered a
not get a blade.
respirator.
You will take
Yes,
this respirator.
it is a respirator meant for Vipera and other reptilian species, courtesy of, well, this one is actually purchased from a craftsman in town, apparently, because it has a label. Yes, your nose is now saved. You're the only one they gave that to, by the way, and that was because as soon as you got here, all you could smell was the sulfur and the phosphorus and other things.
Oh
the
no.
stank.
It's stinky.
Boy, the sky is dark here. You are currently at a dungeon that is located in the mouth. Oh, it
Of a
starts,
volcano.
should I say, that starts the mouth of an enormous stratovolcano.
Oh no. This is not good.
Right? So they went to a volcano. Where are we going now?
Let's see. Oh, we can end it here, I guess. We'll end it with you all getting on the little thing, saying goodbye to your parents that came to visit. You know, Fuyu came to wave bye with Ivy. You know, because Fuyu can't stop being slightly perv. He just gropes Ivy in public frequently, I guess.
Just quick reach over.
I still think it's hilarious that he has to see the cleavage.
He has to have the cleavage. He cannot not have it. But yeah, when Diana waves, because you know she's obviously gonna be your chaperone and watch you, and you go through this way chamber with a. You kind of pop up at the mouth. Let's say looks like the start of this dungeon, and looks like it starts right at this large tree line with a archway of trees, apparently, that kind of lead down a road.
Oh. Hopefully
Okay, I'm
things are.
liking this a little better already.
Well, maybe things are a little more flammable here. Maybe that's a bad thing.
Welcome to Arimia, children.
Oh.
And they'll kind of gesture back. Mind the edge back there. And they'll point to the fact that you're on the top of a fucking mountain.
Feeling awe.
But it's an enormous mountain, though. Because this forest goes on fucking horizon to horizon.
Wow.
Feeling awe. Oh no.
So the beautiful thing about way chambers is they can take you to parts of the world that you haven't even been, as long as the guild has explored it and marked it.
Mm. So does it pop up on our HUD if we've been to a new region or anything?
Yes, it actually will pop up with region discovered. The Grand Forest of Arimia.
Ooh, get ready for poisons and splinters.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
We're going to be
It's a
set on
forest.
fire.
And things might be able to bleed here
Yeah.
and burn.
Yes.
Possibly.
Do trees bleed? Is sap blood
That is a
from trees?
that is a good question, honestly.
I would say yes.
Trees do bleed.
Yes,
Sap
they
is their
do.
blood. It is a nutrient gathering material.
Hmm.
I went to go check the weather and I just get a Google search for Deception Island. I'm like, what the fuck about Deception Island?
What is
Deception
Deception Island? Why
Island.
do you care?
Oh wait, what kind of game?
It's a Deception Island. What?
Oh, Deception Island is an island in the South Shetland Islands close to the Antarctic Peninsula with a large and safe natural harbor.
Oh.
Yeah, so the whole thing is like, it's a caldera of an active volcano.
Mm-hmm.
And it fucking messed up some stations in the 1970s or was it 1960s? Because of the fact that, well, they didn't think it was an active volcano.
Mm-hmm.
At least
So,
at the time.
but no, Spice Up.
Ugh.
Session's over, yes. We get introduced to the forest.
Yeah.